Hello, Vin. Good evening.
Hello, teacher.
Yes. Okay, so how's your internet connection now?
Teacher, can I have a while? Đóng
What?
cửa chặt lại luôn.
What did you say, Vin?
Say that, can I have a while?
Can't hear you well. Can you please write that one?
I say that, can I have a while to tell my brother to turn down the volume?
Ah, yes.
Cô đóng cửa chặt luôn. Okay now.
Okay, so how's your internet connection now, Vin?
It's quite normal now. Enough to see, enough to hear your audio, but I can't see your screen too clearly, but I can read the work now.
You mean you can see, you can read the words on my screen?
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me very well? Hello, Vin.
Choppy.
Choppy. It's okay. Okay, so now we're going to continue our lesson here in listening. Okay, so I hope that everything will be okay. Can you please turn on your camera, Vin?
Oh, what teacher?
Please turn on your camera.
I'm afraid I can't. I'm afraid I can like every time.
It's okay, it's okay.
So I can have the best thing to learn with you.
It's okay. So now we're just going to continue with this one, and please listen carefully. Then just tick the box of your answer here.
Now turn to part 4, questions 20 to 25.
Well, what teacher?
Look at the 6 sentences for this part.
I want you to listen carefully to the audio.
But teacher, I can't hear anything.
What about now? Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me, Vin? Hello, Vin.
Yes.
Okay,
What
very good.
topic?
So now, let's
Yes.
listen carefully to the audio.
Part. You will hear a conversation
Okay.
between Matthew and his mother. Decide if each sentence is correct or incorrect. If it is correct, put a tick in the box under A for yes. If it is not correct, put a tick in the box under B for no. You now have 20 seconds to look at the questions for part 4.
Đứng làm mồm buôn.
Now we are ready to start. Listen carefully. You will hear the recording twice.
Bye, Mum. See you later.
How are you getting to college? It's already 5 to 9. You've missed the bus. Are you going to walk?
No, I'm borrowing your car, remember?
Oh, Matthew, I need it today. If you want to borrow the car, you need to ask me several days before. Sorry, you're going to have to walk. It just isn't convenient today.
But I did ask you. We talked about it last week, don't you remember? I've promised to help Alan move all his books and things after my lecture today. He's moving to a new flat and his car's broken down. I've got to help him move his things. He can't stay in the old flat after today. I promised him.
All right, all right. Of course you must keep your promise. I remember now, you did tell me, but I thought you said next Wednesday. You said the 9th, and that's next week when I'm in Birmingham for a meeting, so I shan't need the car.
I didn't ask for it next Wednesday. I've got an exam next Wednesday. I can't help Alan when I'm doing an exam, can I?
No, I suppose not. Well, I expect you're right. I didn't write it down, so it's my fault. Next time, we must both write it down and make sure we write down the same date.
Okay. So, can I have it today? I need to go or I'll miss my lecture.
Well, what am I supposed to do? I need to be at work in half an hour.
Well, I'll give you a lift there on my way to college. How about that?
I suppose I haven't got much choice. Come on, then.
Okay,
Now
so
listen
now
again.
let's check your answer for number 20. Can you please read, Vin?
Okay. Teacher, can you please talk louder?
Ah, yes. Can you please read number 20, Vin?
Okay, Matthew had intent to catch the bus this morning.
Okay, this is no, very good. 21. Matthew thought his mother knew he wanted the car this morning. That is yes. Okay, number 22. Matthew is going to help Alan to repair his car. That's no. Okay, Matthew needs the car next Wednesday. That's no. Number 24. Matthew's mother agrees she made a mistake. That's yes. 25. Matthew has the car in the end. That is yes. Very good, Vin, because you got a perfect score here, which is 6 out of 6. So now, Vin, since I think this is the last part of our listening test, okay, we're just going to proceed with another unit now. Okay, are you informed that today your mom agreed that we will have a two lesson?
What?
Today we're going to have a 1 hour and 30 minutes class because I was absent last Thursday. And your mom
I
said
don't know
yes
about
about
that.
that. Ah, yeah, it's okay because your mom already agreed, Vin. You can see that one in the group chat. Let me see.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, let me a while. Can I have a minute?
Yes. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So is that right? We will have a two lesson tonight.
Okay.
Okay. So now let's proceed with our reading test 2. Okay, so it is divided into five
What teacher?
parts. Yeah. This is divided into five parts. So for part 1, it's question 1 to 5. I want you to look at the text in each question, then you answer the question, what does it say? You're going to mark the correct letter A, B, or C on the screen. Okay, so now, but before that, let's learn the words from our vocabulary first. We have here discount. What do you mean by discount, Vin?
Discount.
Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Oh, teacher, I can't hear anything.
You cannot
Like you
see
were
anything?
talking.
Okay, so it's okay. Just search discount. You know that word, right? Discount.
Yes.
Okay.
That
So
is you have to pay less price than uh usual.
very good. That's the meaning of discount. An amount of money that is taken off of the usual cost of something. For example, if you buy a burger, then the regular price of the burger is maybe $4. Then since the burger is discounted for $1, so you instead of you will pay $4, you will just only pay $3 because $1 is a discount from that burger. Do you understand, Vin? Okay, so next
Yes.
we have here identity card. What does it mean by identity card? What do you mean by identity card, Vin? Identity
Well,
card.
teacher,
Yeah.
I hear very talking.
Okay, let me send this one to you. Identity card. What do you mean by that?
Oh, okay. That is the paper that gives all the information of someone.
Yes, very good. It is a card or a hard paper with a person's name, date of birth, photograph on it that proves who they are. Or in short, just like what you said, it's an information about a certain person. Okay, so next we have patient. You say patient.
Patient.
Yeah, what do you mean by that? Patient means a patient that is a noun, not an adjective. It's a noun. What do you mean by patient?
Uh, that patient.
A noun.
That is someone that has something must be in recovery.
Okay. So when you say patient, that is a noun, it is a person who is receiving medical treatment, especially in a hospital. For example, if you got sick, you go to the hospital, you are admitted in the hospital, then that means that you are the patient. Do you understand, Vin?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so next we have inquiry. You say inquiry.
Inquiry.
Yeah, it is also a noun. What do you mean by that?
Mm, that is uh, when we have to know something that you um, official process to find out of the cause of something or to find out information about something.
Very good. That's correct. So now, Vin, can you please repeat all the words from our vocabulary?
Okay.
We have,
Uh, okay. Discount,
okay.
identity card, patient, inquiry.
Okay, so do you have any question to me regarding the words here?
No.
Okay, so let's proceed with part one. So here in part one, you're going to read the signage and you circle the correct answer. Okay, so for this one, we have here, I want you to read first the notice. Can you please read
Okay.
number one? Yeah.
Number one, to order the class photograph sign below. Mm, £8.50 each. 20% discount on three or more copies. Payment to office immediately, please.
Okay, so what is the meaning of that one? Is it A, there will be a class photo if enough people sign here? B, your photo will cost less if you pay the office in advance? Or C, the price per photo is reduced if several are ordered at once? What's your answer, Vin?
I choose C.
Okay, very good. That's correct. How about number two? Can you please read company security?
Company security. Office staff must have the identity card with them all of the time.
Okay, so what does it mean? A, company insists office workers carry an identity card. B, show your identity card when asked to do so. Or C, staff identity cards are available at the office. What's your answer? A, B, or C?
Mm, right choose A.
Okay, very good. You got it right. So now let's proceed with numbers 3 and 4. Can you please read number 3?
No diving allowed except at deep end of the swimming pool.
Okay, what does it mean? A, swimming is not permitted where people are diving. Or B, you must not dive into the pool where the water is shallow. Or C, the water is not deep enough in this pool for you to dive.
I choose B.
Okay, that is correct. What about number 4, Vin? Can you please read the message?
Gareth, the printer's ink, but that hasn't helped. Can you fix it? I must print out my essay tonight.
Okay, so what does it mean? Jasmine wants Gareth to A, repair the printer for her, B, help her finish an essay, or C, bring her some proper ink. A, B, or C.
I choose A.
Okay, that's letter A. How about the last number, Vin? Can you please read number 5?
Patients with appointments ring once and enter. Those with inquirers ring twice and enter.
Okay, so what does it mean? A, to make an appointment, ring once and enter. B, you should ring twice and enter unless you have an inquiry. C, ring once if you have an appointment and twice if you don't. So what does it mean? A, B, or C?
I choose A.
Okay, this is letter C. Ring once if you have an appointment and twice if you don't. Okay, so kindly look at this word here. Can you please repeat reading this one? Can you please read this again, Vin?
Inquirers.
Okay, you
Inquirers.
say inquiries.
Inquiries.
Okay, very good. So for task 1, Vin, you got almost perfect score, which is 4 out of 5. So now let's proceed with part 2. So here in part 2, this is questions 6 to 10. You will get 5 points if all your answers are correct. So for question 6 to 10, the people below all want to choose a place to eat or drink. So on the opposite page, there are descriptions of 8 restaurants and cafes. You will be the one to decide which place from letters A to H would be the most suitable for each group of people from numbers 6 to 10. So for question 6 to 10, you're going to mark the correct letter A to H on your answer sheet. Okay, so teacher, how do I answer this one? Step 1, you should read all 5 description of the people, find out and underline or highlight the requirements of each people. Step 2, read all 8 texts carefully, underlining any matches between this and anything in the description of the people. Step 3, check that the text meets all the requirements of the description and write the answers. Then remember not to use one or two identical words in the description and the text to choose an answer, or it is called word spotting. So before we proceed with part 2, let's learn another set of words from our vocabulary. Okay, you say businessman.
Businessman.
Yeah, what do you mean by businessman?
That is a man that is having a business.
Okay, it is a person, a man or a woman who are engaged in business. Okay, what about contract? What do you mean by contract?
Contract is a rule that two sides created. There is something that two side that created. I don't know what to say.
Okay, I understand you. A contract is a piece of paper
I don't
written
know.
by the lawyer and signed by the businessman or the two clients. In that contract, they agree in some point that they will meet these requirements. For example, teacher AM is a home-based online teacher in Pantado. I signed a contract. In our contract, it says that I'm going to work for at least 3 months, and after 3 months, my salary will increase. Okay, another one. And two, if I work in Pantado, I should be punctual always. So in the contract, there are so many rules that you should abide, because if you will not obey that rules, you will be penalized, or you will be what do you call that one, fired from that certain company. Do you understand, Queen? I Vin?
Yes.
Hello. Yes. Okay, so now we have discuss. Can you please read the meaning of discuss?
I don't see the word there. Okay. Discuss.
I want you to read the meaning of discuss, Vin. Please read.
Mm, to talk about something with somebody, especially in order to decide something.
Can you please give an example of people discussing something?
That is two sides that don't have the same agreement, so they discuss to each other to have uh, the same thing.
Very good. That's correct. Okay, next we have setting. Setting means a noun that means an environment where something is located, the place at which something happens. For example, you are um watching a movie. Then your father asks you, "Where's the setting of that movie?" You say, "It's in the mall," or "It's in their house." So, house and mall is a place where the movie happens. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so now, Vin, do you have any question regarding these four words here?
No.
Okay, so no. So now we still have another set of words. We have reasonable. Okay. This means there is an adjective that used to describe fair, practical, and sensible. Okay, for example, her judgment is reasonable. That means that her judgment is sensible and fair. No bias involved. Okay. Next, we have self service. Can you please repeat that one, Vin?
Service.
You say self service.
Self-service.
Okay, so what do you mean by that?
That is. Uh, wait,
Okay.
teacher, why
Yes.
can't I see your screen?
What, Vin?
Why can't I see your screen?
I don't know why.
Okay now.
Ah, wait. Here. I think I
Uh,
touched this one. Please wait me because I touched this one. Ooh, here. Ah, it's okay now. Okay, self-service. Can you see it now, Vin?
okay. Yes.
Okay, so
Customers serve themselves and then pay to the goods.
okay, so what do you mean by that? That means if you are going to a Jollibee, are you familiar with Jollibee, which is a fast food restaurant?
Yeah.
Okay, you go to the Jollibee. You order food. Then the cashier already give you the food. So you will get the food from the cashier and go to your table. That is that is self-service. You will be the one to serve for your own self. Okay? Then you will pay for the food that you order. That is self-service. Do you understand, Vin? Okay, so next we have vegetarian. You say vegetarian. Can you please say vegetarian? Hello, Vin. Can you hear me? Hello.
Đây,
Yeah. Hello, Vin.
rồi đang tác vào chọn cái của ba đi.
Hello, Vin. Can you hear
Tụi
me?
mày ra ngoài cho anh bác.
Wait, okay.
Okay. So next word we have vegetarian. Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
vegetarian.
Okay. So it is a person who doesn't eat meat or fish. This is a person who only eats vegetables. Are you a vegetarian, Vin?
No.
Okay, because we eat meat, but do you eat vegetables?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So next, can you please repeat all the words here we have?
Reasonable.
Okay.
Self-service.
Okay, and
Vegetarian.
very good. So now let's proceed with part 2. Can you see it clearly?
Yes.
Very good. So now, Vin, I will give you the time to read it all. Then you write your answer beside numbers 6 to 10. Okay?
Okay.
So you can highlight the important words for letters A to H so that it will be easy for you to look for the answer. Okay, so I'll give you the time to read and answer it. And just tell me once you're done, Vin. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. Don't hesitate.
Okay. Hmm.
Okay, so it seems like you're done. Is that your final answer, Vin?
Yes.
Okay, so for number six, let's check. Mrs. Jones and her daughter are going to have a day in town. Their bus arrives there at 10 o'clock. They would like to have coffee before they start shopping. Okay, this is, sorry, letter D. DHEFG. Okay, very good because you got almost perfect score, which is 4 out of 5. Okay, can you please read number 7 first, Vin?
The parents are on holiday. They're spending the day sightseeing in town and want to have a meal at a restaurant suitable for small children. They would like to sit outside.
Okay, that is letter H. Gordon's is a restaurant in an attractive part of town and has tables in the garden for sunny days. It's known for pizza, fried chicken, and hamburgers. Gordon's has special prices for children's meals. Excellent food, but service can be slow. Open 12 to 20. Okay, what about number 8?
Linda's Italian friend Maria is visiting her for a week. They want to have a snack before going to the cinema in the evening. Maria is keen to try English food. Linda doesn't eat meat.
Okay, that is letter E. King's Restaurant. What about number 9, Vin?
Mm, Robert Evans has invited Swedish businessmen to dinner to discuss a contract. He wants to take him to a restaurant near his office city center. The food and serve must be excellent.
Okay, that is letter F. Bernini's is a high quality Italian restaurant. It is internationally recognized for its first class food and service. Bernini's is close to the city center and parking is available. Okay, what about the last number, Vin? Can you please read?
A group of students is various country and want to go out for a late night meal, but they don't have much money and don't like English food.
Okay, so that is letter B. Okay, so now let's proceed with part three. So this is questions 11 to 20. Okay, I want you to look at the sentences below. Vin, about a club for stamp collectors. You read the text on the opposite page to decide if each sentence is correct or incorrect. If it is correct, you mark A on the screen, and if it is not correct, you mark B on the screen. So before that, let's learn the words first from our vocabulary. Okay, we have here collect. What do you mean by collect?
Buy or buy things of a particular type and keep them as a hobby.
Okay. So buy or find things of a particular type and keep them as a hobby. Okay, for example, since teacher AM likes shoes and bags, every payday I bought a new pair of shoes and bag. All I do is just to store them inside my cupboard and use them if I like it. So right now I have 10 bags and 15 pairs of shoes. So that it means collection or collect. You just like to collect the things that you like. Okay, that is just an example. Do you got it?
Yes,
Okay, so next we have collection. It is a group of objects, often of the same sort, that have been collected. It's the same with collect. Collect means you are doing it. It is a verb, collect. Collection is a noun, just like my example. A pair of shoes and a bag. It's a collection. Okay, so now collector. What about collector? What do you mean by collector?
The so a person that collects something.
Okay. So when you say collector, it is a person who is collecting things, either as a hobby or as a job. Okay. So I'm going to repeat my example. Teacher AM likes bags and shoes. Every payday, she bought or she buy a new pair of shoes and one bag. So what is the collect in the example?
That is the collection.
No, 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 no. Collect is, mm,
That
uh,
is a verb.
yes, it is a verb that I am doing. Okay, what about collection? What is the collection of teacher AM?
That is shoes and bags.
Very good. Then who is the collector?
That is teacher AM.
Very good. That's it. You got it. So now we have here exchange something with somebody. What does it mean? This means to give something to somebody and at the same time receive something from them. For example, during Christmas, this is the best example. Christmas season usually happen every December. Is that right, Vin?
Yes.
Okay. Then in your class, your teacher agree that you will have an exchange gift. You will give your one classmate a gift. Then in return, your classmate will also give you a gift. That is exchange something with somebody. You exchange a gift with your classmate, and that somebody which is your classmate will also give a gift for you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. So now we have a receipt. What do you mean by receipt?
That is a piece of paper that shows that goods of service that have been paid for.
Okay. So I think I already discussed this one to you. When you are at a restaurant or when you are in a mall, when you buy something, the cashier will give you a piece of paper. In that piece of paper, it is written there the item that you buy or the food that you order, the name of the restaurant, the day to day, and the total amount of your order, and also your change. Yes, that's the receipt. Okay, so now, Vin, can you please repeat all the words here we have?
Collect, collection, collector, exchange, receipt.
Okay, so do you understand it all?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So now I want you to read stamp collecting. It's a hobby that can grow and grow. Okay, please read this story, Vin.
Millions of people of all ages enjoy a hobby which is both interesting and fun. And every year, more people start a stamp collection of their own, discover an interest which can last a lifetime. Starting your collection isn't easy because stamps are everywhere. Holiday postcard from friends, birthday cards from favorite aunts, and letter from pen friends and can all provide you with stamps from all over the world. But once you start collecting seriously, you probably want to join the stamp collector clubs, which exist to provide collector with new British stamps. As a club member, you order the special new stamps you want for your collection. You can receive these three different ways. We can either post you a complete set of stamps addressed to you or send you the same stamp in colorful information pack with lots of interesting facts. Or if you prefer, we can send you the individual stamp for you to arrange in a special book of your own. The Stamp Collector Club has about 70,000 members, and you could become a member too. With a 2-year membership costing just £5, you can even get a reduction if a group of you join at the same time. We are sure you will agree that this is great value for money. And when you join the club, send you a starter pack at no extra cost. These contain 100 stamps to begin your collection, together with an attractive box to keep them in. You also receive our call, our helpful 4-page guide to collecting, which has further suggestions on how to add your collection. It includes the useful address of shops and business that sell stamps. Every 2 months, you will get a copy of the club magazine, which is packed full of competition and quizzes, and gives you the chance to exchange stamps with members around the world. Why not start on an adventure which will give you years of pleasure? You will spend many happy hours looking at the amazing variety of stamps in the collecting for searching for an unusual one which you know are out there somewhere just waiting to be found. So join the Stamp Collector Club and discover the fun and excitement of stamp collecting. To join the club, simply complete the application form and send your membership fee. Your starter pack will be sent within 8 28 days of receipt of your application.
Okay, so thank you for reading that one, Vin. So my question is, did you understand the story about
Yes,
stamp collecting? Very good. So now you're going to mark A if it is correct, then B if it is not correct. Okay, so for number 11, the Stamp Collectors Club sends you special stamps from many different countries. Is that A or B?
that is a
Okay, this is B, false. What about number 12? Can you please? Okay, I'm going to read this one. The club sends every member the same set of new stamps. Is that A or B?
that is a
This is A. What's your answer, Vin? A or B? Hello, Vin?
not really.
Hello, Vin?
Wait,
Okay.
can I have a minute?
Yes, 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 sure.
Yeah. You
Just tell me once you're ready now to learn. Hello, Vin.
yes.
Okay, so what's your answer in number 12?
That is I.
Okay, this is still letter B, false. For number 13, information packs include a full set of stamps. Is that A
What?
or B?
That is mm, B.
Okay, this is letter A. Okay, better luck in numbers 14 to 20. What about number 14? It costs £5 a year to join the Stamp Collectors Club. Is that A or B?
B.
Okay, this is B. Very good. How about number 15? It is cheaper if several people join the club together. Is that A or B? What's your answer in number 15, Vin?
Is B.
Okay, this is A. So let me check. I'm quite confused now. You got here, um, no, this one only. Okay, what about number 16? The club sends each new member 100 free stamps. Is that A or B?
That is B.
Okay, this one is letter A. For number 17, I think you're just guessing, Vin. Yeah. Okay.
No.
Okay, so for number 17, the guide tells you where you may be able to buy the stamps you want. Is that A or B?
That is A.
Okay, this one is A. Very good. For number 18, members of the club are sent a monthly magazine. Is that A or B?
Right.
Okay, this one is B. Number 19, magazine helps you contact other members. Is that A or B?
Is B.
Number 19, okay. B, this is A. Okay, last number. I hope that you can get a correct answer for this one. You must write a letter to the club if you want to join. Is that A or B?
That is B.
Okay, this is letter B. Very good. Because you got 3 out of 10 here. Okay, better luck next time in our next part. Okay, so here in part 4, Vin, it is questions 21 to 25. I want you to read the text below and questions. For each question, you mark the correct letter A, B, C, or D on the screen. So before that, let's learn the words from our vocabulary again. Okay, we have private. What do you mean by private, Vin?
That is that just your own.
Private means something that you don't, for example, your social media account, you set that one into private. That means that it is only your friends and you who knows about your social media accounts or who knows about your life. It's the stranger do not know about you because you set that one into private. Do you got it?
Yes,
What about public? What do you mean by
public.
public?
That's something that everyone can know.
Yes,
So
everyone, even the people that you don't know may know your life because you set that one into public. Everyone, where they are from, that means they know. Okay, so next we have pollution. What do you mean by that, Vin?
that is the process of making a water soil is dirty, the state of being dirty.
Okay, so can you please give me an example for pollution?
Air pollution
Okay, what's your example, Vin?
is air pollution.
Air pollution?
Yes,
Okay, very good. That's correct. That means that the air is dirty. There's a lot of trash in the environment that makes it polluted. Okay, so next we have grant. When you say grant, it is a sum of money that is given by the government or by another organization to be used for a particular purpose. For example, you enrolled in one university or specific name of university, then you are the grantee, one of the grantee of the scholarship which is provided by the government. That means that the government will grant you a scholarship. That scholarship includes a, a money for you, for your educational purposes or for your education. That is an example of grant given by the government. Do you understand?
yes,
Okay, so next we have here admire. What do you mean by admire?
is to respect somebody for what they have done, to respect their quality.
Yes, that means that you admire somebody. I admire you because you are so kind, because you finish your doctor's degree. I really admire you. That means I respect you for what you finish. For example, I finished my master's degree yesterday. For that is just an example. Then somebody will tell me, teacher AM, I really admire you. So they show respect to me because of what? Because I finished my master's degree. Do you got it? Yeah, do you got it, Vin?
Yes,
Okay, so now I want you to repeat all the words here. We have
What teacher?
I want you to repeat the words, Vin. We have.
Private, public, pollution, friends, admire.
Okay, very good. That's correct. Okay, so now I want you to read the story about Atlantic College, and you're going to answer numbers 21 to 25. Can you please start reading the story, Vin?
Last
And
week, I went to visit Atlantic College, an excellent private college in Wales, and usually it gives young people much needed uh, experience of life outside the classroom, as well as the opportunity to study for the exam. The students who are aged between 16 and 18 come from all over the world, spend the morning studying, in the afternoon they go out and do really useful activities such as helping on the farm, looking after people with learning difficulty, or, or checking for pollution in the river. One of the great thing about Atlantic College students is that they come from very different social background in country as few can afford the fees to 20 pounds over 2 years. Grants are available. Quarter of the students are British, and many of those can only attend because they receive government help. I really admire the college for they encourage international understanding among young people. As but Camp, a student from Netherlands, said, "You learn to live with people and respect them even when you don't like." During the summer holiday, my mother couldn't believe how much less I improved with my sister. To sum up, Atlantic College gives its students an excellent education using methods which really seem to work.
okay, so thank you for reading that one, Vin. So, what is the writer trying to do in the text? A. Give an opinion about a particular student. B. Give an opinion about a special type of education. C. Describe the activities the students do in their free time. Or D. Describe his own experience of education. Is that A, B, C, or D?
That is D.
Okay, this is letter boy. What did you say? B or D?
Is B.
Letter B is your answer?
Yes.
Okay, you got it right. So for number 22, what can a reader find out from this text? A. How to become a student at Atlantic College. B. What kind of program Atlantic College offers. Or C. What the British education system is like. Or D. How to get along better with other people. Is that A, B, C, or
That is B.
boy or dog?
What?
Boy, B for boy, D for dog.
What?
Okay, if you choose this one, this is boy. Yeah, because B and D sounds the same. D is for dog. So what's your answer? Boy or dog?
That is boy.
Okay, boy.
B.
This is very good. That's boy. How about number 23? What is the writer's opinion of Atlantic College? A. It doesn't allow students enough study time. B. Its students are taught to like each other. C. It doesn't give good value for money. Or D. Its way of teaching is successful. A, B, C, or D.
Mm, the
Dog, boy.
the
I'm sorry, boy or dog?
the
Dog. Okay, this is letter D. Very good. For 24, since being at Atlantic College, Barbara A has learned a lot about other countries. B has become more confident than her sister. C finds it easier to get on with other people. Or D prefers her new friends to her family.
mm, that is mm, C.
Okay, this is letter C. Very good. Wow. Okay, how about the last number? Which advertisement uses correct information about Atlantic College? A. Study at Atlantic College. Courses for 16 to 18 years old. Lessons all morning. Sport in the afternoon. B. Study at Atlantic College. Courses for 16 to 18 years old. Morning lessons and afternoon activities. Help with fees available. Or C, study at Atlantic College, classes on the international topics, many free places available, students of all ages welcome. Or D, study at Atlantic College, learn English in a beautiful place, lots of weekend activities, help with fees available. A, B, C, or D.
Use A.
Okay, this one is letter B. Very good because you got almost perfect score, which is 4 out of 5. Okay, so do you have any question to me, Vin, regarding Atlantic College?
No.
Okay, so now let's proceed with part 5. I think this is the last part, Vin. So after this one, we're going to finish our lesson, our class tonight after part 5. Okay, so here in part 5, it's questions 26 to 35. That means you will get 10 points all in all. So all you need to do is to read the text below and choose the correct word for each space. For each question, I want you to mark the correct letter A, B, C, or D on the screen. Okay, so now I want you to read little cat, where have you been? Okay, and you circle your answer, or maybe you can write your answer on the screen, Vin. Here are the choices here.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, you're done.
No.
Okay, so take your time.
Mình thấy bà nó đắm nữa.
You done now?
Yes.
Okay, so let's check your answer. We have here the trip, okay, the customers, next, okay, searching, which, remembered, and return. So let me check. We have one, two, okay, three, four, five, six, seven. Very good because you got 7 out of 10. So now, Vin, since we're done with our reading test, do you have any question or any clarification to me before we end our lesson?
No.
Okay, so since you don't have any question, thank you so much for joining our class and makeup class. I hope to see you next Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a good night and keep safe always. Goodbye, Vin.
Bye teacher.
Bye.
Sao con đang học đó mà.
Đâu có đâu, cô đang chờ người tiếp theo. Yeah.